Who do you think of when I say politician? Donald Trump? Joe Biden? Maybe even Boris Johnson. All very controversial, very white, or actually orange, old men. When you thought of someone on the left or the right, a Democrat or a Republican, a socialist or a conservative, I can guarantee that you did not think of a young person. In fact, at the last general election, only half of all young adults actually voted. That leaves millions and millions of young people across this nation who had no say in how the government was run, who thought they were too good for politics, who thought they didn't have to do democracy. Does anyone know what we got from that election? Because young people weren't engaged, because we didn't turn out, we were left with the Sunak, Truss, Johnson calamity, the literal least popular government in the history of Britain. When young people do not vote, Britain collapses and goes to the gutter. It's that simple. But you shouldn't just engage in politics out of fear. Fear of what will happen if you don't go to the ballot box and put a tick next to a candidate's name. Politics affects every single facet of your life. The school you go to, the community you live in, your home, your family, and even your rights. As a great Greek philosopher Pericles once said, just because you do not take an interest in politics does not mean that politics will not take an interest in you. But what am I saying? What am I stood up here waving my arms about, telling you to do to be engaged? You don't need to join a political party, go campaigning, go door knocking, and advocate for a cause. To be truly engaged, all you need to do is look at the world around you. Read the news every now and then. See what is happening locally and nationally, and when you can vote. Because when young people are organised, when we are engaged, miracles do happen. Take Greta Thunberg. She started off protesting Swedish government climate policy with a few of her mates in the centre of Stockholm. Now, she is leading the charge on a global movement of millions of young people. She is directly responsible for the Paris Climate Change Accords, the most important international agreement of our lifetime. The agreement that potentially saved our planet from fiery doom and destruction. And you can do that too. So, at the next general election, or your first general election, tomorrow or in a decade, remember my words. Don't just sit in your living room watching the telly, doing nothing. Go out and vote. Make your voice heard. Because when young people speak and society listens, the world changes for the better.